With the release of the new DJI Flip drone, we have a new DJI FLY update and firmware update. So let's get into it on this lovely morning in the UK. So I hope you've been enjoying my recent videos on the DJI Flip. Now, because this is an OcuSync 4 drone, the same as the Mini 4 Pro, this now gets support on the DJI RC2 controller. But for this video, I'm going to be concentrating on the DJI Mini 4 Pro. So once you turn your DJI RC2 on, you'll see a pop-up on the screen asking you to update, and it adds support for the DJI N3, N2 and RC2 controller. And at the bottom of that message, we get the normal fixes certain issues and overall app quality. Nobody really knows what that is, but if you have been having issues with the DJI RC2 controller, your Mini 4 Pro, now will be a great time to update this. So all you need to do is hit update. If that doesn't show up, you'll see a message in the corner of that home screen saying there's a new firmware update available. If you don't get that, what you need to do is actually click profile and then click settings and then click check for firmware updates. And if that doesn't work, scroll down to the bottom of that page and you can click about and then check for update. If that doesn't work, you're going to have to wait for a bit. So then it will update to the latest firmware update, which is version 05000300 and DJI FLY 1.16.0. Now, as I mentioned in my last Mini 4 Pro video, you might not have actually flown your drone for some time. These get put on shelves, don't get flown much in the winter because of the bad weather. So before you go off and fly, just have a check, make sure all the propellers are okay. Have they got any nicks on them? This will be a great time to actually check and refresh all these propellers, put new ones on, go and check your batteries. Are they all fully charged? Your memory cards, just do a bit of maintenance, just making sure everything is fine before you go off and fly. Me personally, I love flying in this cold weather. Obviously, I hate flying in the UK, like rain and wind and everything we normally get. We've been having like sub-zero temperatures recently. We can get some fantastic like cloud inversions, really nice fog. So let's now jump into the voiceover while I go and test this out. Hopefully you learn something, see what's new on here, how it's performing, and some pretty bad battery life. But if you could do me a massive favor, if you enjoy tech and drone content, please consider subscribing. I'm really close to 150k. It'd be awesome if we could actually reach that number. And if you enjoy any part of this video, just hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Let's go. Now, firstly, with this DJI FLY update, there has been a bit of a UI polish. So when you click on connect to aircraft, you'll see now all the different aircrafts are categorized rather than just being like next to each other like they were before. So I don't know if you prefer this or not, but you'll see in the mini category, Neo category, the DJI Flip is now there. So these are all the OcuSync 4 drones that are going to work with the DJI RC2 controller. Back on the home screen, if you click service, this is going to show you all your different service options. If you have DJI Care Refresh, the Flyway service, you can send it off for a repair, you can send your replacements all through this menu. Okay, so let's get on to the actual drone testing. So really fortunate with the actual weather conditions we've been having recently. Let me know in the comments down below, have you been flying your drone recently? Have you been in good weather in the country that you're living, or has your drone simply been on the shelf? I take full advantage whenever we're getting good conditions like this, especially in the UK when it's normally raining. If we have good bits with nice fog, mist, cloud inversions, you know I'm going to be flying that drone. And I really encourage you to do that as well. So onto the actual drones. The DJI FLY app on this main screen, I mentioned this in the last video, so you have the ability to look out of the obstacle avoidance sensors. This is fantastic. Now you can actually click on each one of these arrows. It's going to show you out of the different sensors, or you can actually just click and hold down on that box and you can drag that now anywhere on the screen. You can have it placed up here, so now you can have the compass and you can see out the vision sensors as well. Now I did mention it'd be great to have more options like this, the ability to add and remove things. We haven't got that just yet, but everything is working like it did before. The vertical camera on here is working absolutely great for photos and video, so no problem there at all. Now onto the actual main menu, really important here. So under safety, you want to select bypass a lot of the time. I'd say 90% of the time. And if you're flying close to things, you're going like through tight spaces, then turn your sensors off. Otherwise, the obstacle avoidance is going to actually move that drone around and you might not want that. But majority of the time, keep it set to bypass. Bypassing options, I'll have it on normal. Nifty is a little bit too erratic on this drone, so I don't really advise that. And make sure you've got your display radar map turned on at all times. No really need to turn that off at all, and it gives you real-time feedback for any obstacles in your area. Advanced return to home, I have it set on the Mini 4 Pro to preset. On the Air 3S, slightly different. And your return to home altitude, I'll just show you if you've never used this before, you might have just got a new drone. So I'm going to decrease altitude. That drone is going to now increase up to the height I have set it at. You get this really cool like AR effect on the screen, and then it's going to actually fly back this like green line, and that's going to go back to my home point on this field. So make sure your return to home is set all the time to the correct height. Your max altitude is going to be 120 meters, 400 feet in majority of countries all over the world, unless you have permission. And then under AR settings, just have all of these switched on. It's going to show you your home points, your return to home route that I've just showed you, that really cool green line, and an aircraft shadow for when you're landing the drone. It will show you your aircraft on the ground. So really cool. Advanced safety settings at the bottom, set this to return to home unless you're going to be moving around like you're on a boat. Then you would want it to set to hover. Now I get a lot of questions asked about how I do these really slow, smooth flights, smooth shots. So under Gain Expo tuning, just bring all of these down to 1 meters per second in cine mode. And then it gives this really cool effect. It used to be called tripod mode. So the drone's going to go really, really slow. So in certain situations, going through gaps, being really close to the ground, flying by like close objects, this is going to look fantastic. So I encourage you to try this all the time. Don't be doing like all the time, otherwise it's going to be really boring fast, but just mix some of these shots in. You won't regret it. I really do like doing these slow shots and mix them in with some fast shots as well for some great effects. Okay, so let's move on and have a look at the tracking now. So if you click on the button on the left hand side, you've got focus track. Before we talk about that though, if you are getting any value out of this and you want some more settings, you don't want to forget these settings when you're out flying, don't forget on my website I've got my own digital cheat sheets that go through all of these different settings for the DJI drones. I've also got a physical copy as well, a book that gets sent out to you anywhere in the world. You can keep this with you all the time. It comes with a clip, so you can clip it onto your backpack, you can keep it in your pocket, and then you've always got this knowledge with you how to get the very most out of your drone. I've also got video LUTs, so the LUTs I'm using on the screen and showing you on this video, these are all available as well. So I'm going to link at the top of the description my website. Thank you so much if you support it. Let's get back into the video. So when focus track is enabled, you can actually select you, vehicles, boats. So it's actually picked up this car here. I just hit the C1 button and then the drone will automatically start tracking this drone in manual flying. I'm not having to do anything on the joysticks, and it's actually tracking this car. And it's pretty good for getting some really cool like follow shots when you're tracking things. But I love using active track on when I'm on a bike, might be on a boat. Active track, I absolutely love it, and it works so good on the Mini 4 Pro. Now for camera settings, I'm always using D-Log-M. If you're a complete beginner, just keep it to normal. All the color grading is done for you then, but D-Log-M is going to give you the very best in terms of quality. You get a flat looking image like this, and then you can then use video LUTs or color grade it yourself to actually get the very most out of it. So set yourself a challenge 2025. Try and get out of normal and get into D-Log-M. It'd be really worth it. So just take a couple of photos here. So a normal photo, Mini 4 Pro taking photos is really good now. Now I use 12 megapixel majority of the time, unless it's like a fantastic landscape shot. But get into this habit, go to the very bottom, hit pano, and I select 180 degrees. And the habit is any decent location that you go to, just take one of these shots. It's going to automatically stitch all of this together and it's going to produce a fantastic looking image. Now the battery life on here, you see it says 2 minutes until return to home, which is pretty quick. Now it is cold, it's about 0 degrees, but I've only been flying for 12 minutes, which is not great at all really before the drone will start coming back to me. Anyway, I'll come back to that. Now, so once it stitches all these photos together, you're getting this really wide looking photo, like this anamorphic. It's absolutely fantastic. So if you ever want to print your photos, this is going to be great. So every location, just take one of them. And I also noticed when using spotlight mode, the whole app just seems a lot faster. The RC2 seems to like it's been brought back to life. It seemed really slow towards the end of last year, but it's working so much better now. So overall, really happy with this update. Now, in relation to the actual battery, the battery message has come on now. It was actually saying return to home on 18%. So by the time I actually did get this drone back to me, I only got 16 minutes of flight time. Now I was testing a few different features. It was like 0 to 1 degrees, but not great. So if you do have a Mini 4 Pro, maybe you got one for Christmas, get some more batteries, because you really don't want to be going to a really good location with only one battery. But if this continues, then maybe it could be an issue, but I'll put it down to the cold conditions. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.